Okay, you guys, in this last example for circles, they're telling us to graph the equation x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 6y plus 12 equals 0. Okay, so we know that if we are asked to graph a circle, there's two things that we need. We have to know the center, which we know is always represented by hk, and we need to know what the radius is, which is going to be r. Now, our problem is that this equation that we've been given, it's not in standard form. So we know if it's given in standard form, we can easily look at the equation and tell quickly what our center and our radius is. However, this equation is given to us in general form. Okay. So since it's given to us in general form, we're going to have to convert it to standard form before we are able to tell what the center and the radius is. Then once we have those two pieces of information, then we'll be able to graph it. So in order to convert this equation, we're going to have to use completing the square. Okay, so if we're going to do that, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rearrange our problem so that all of our x's are together, all of our y's together, and then all of our constants. So I'm just going to rearrange the terms so that they are better organized for us. So I'm going to have my x terms first. So I have x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y plus 12 equals 0. Okay. So the first thing, if you guys remember from completing the square, you need to make sure that the leading coefficients are 1. So we can see here that on the x squared, the leading coefficient is 1. We can also see on the y squared that the leading coefficient is 1. So we're good. So as you're doing this problem, stay very organized because what we're actually going to do, we're doing completing the square twice. Once on our x values and once on our y's. We're just doing them simultaneously. Okay. All right. So the next step that we use if we're doing completing the square is that our constant term needs to move to the other side of the equation. So remember, your constant term is a term that doesn't have any variables attached to it. So in this case, it's the 12 for us. So since it's positive right now, in order to move it on the other side of the equation, we're going to have to subtract it. Okay. All right. So remember, I put those blanks in here. So when I showed you guys how to do completing the square before, remember, we're going to put a quantity in that blank. In order to get that quantity, remember, it's always b divided by 2 squared. All right. So we're going to do it once for the x's and we're going to do it once for the y's. So if I look at my x's, if I'm looking for, move this over, b divided by 2 squared. Okay, so remember, your b coefficient is always the one that's attached to the singular x. So for our x's, b is 4. So if I plugged it in, that's going to be 4 divided by 2 squared. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. Okay, so we're going to add 4 to this side. Okay, now whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other. So because I added 4 to the left side of the equation, I also have to add it to the right side. Okay, so we did it for our x's. Now I've got to go back and do the same thing, but I've got to do it for our y's. So we're still doing b divided by 2 squared. But b for my y's is negative 6. So I'm going to say negative 6 divided by 2 squared. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And negative 3 squared we know is 9. So I'm going to go ahead and add 9 to the left side of the equation. Remember, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to go ahead and add 9 to the right side as well. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, there were two words that I said you had to do if you're doing completing the square. The left-hand side of the equation should always factor. So that means my x's on the left should factor. So should my y's. Okay. And then I'm also going to combine the right-hand side of the equation. Okay. So when I do that, my x's, remember you're going to write quantity squared. The variable in question goes in the front of the parentheses. So for our x's, the x is going to go in front. And remember the value that goes in there with the x is always b divided by 2 before you squared it. So our b divided by 2 was 2 here. It became 4 after we squared it. So I'm going to add 2 in here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and factor my y terms. So I'm going to say y plus quantity squared. Your y is going to go in the front. Remember the value that goes in here is going to be b divided by 2 before we squared it. So when we look at our y terms, our b divided by 2 was -3. So I'm going to put -3. And then I'm going to combine the right-hand side. So I have -12 plus 4 plus 9. So 4 plus 9 is 13. And 13 minus 12 is 1. Okay. So now that we look at our equation, now that we've done completing the square, this is now in standard form. Okay. So since that's now in standard form, we can go ahead and pull out the values that we need. So remember, if you're pulling values out of the equation of standard form, you're always pulling out the opposite. Okay. So if they ask us for what the center is, all right, center is HK. So remember the value that's in here with X is your H. The value that's in here with Y is your K. So when you pull out the opposite, so you have a +2 in here now. So when you pull it out, you're going to have -2. You have a -3 in here with the Y. When you pull it out, you pull out the opposite. So you're going to pull out +3. Okay. So we have our center. And then we're going to look at our radius. So remember, if you're in standard form, your radius is r squared. So our r squared is equal to 1. But I'm not looking for r squared. I just want r. So I'm going to square root both sides. So r equals 1. So I was able to find now that my center of my circle is -2, 3. My radius is 1. So I can go ahead and graph that. I have all of the information that I need now in order to do that. So if I come over here and I draw my coordinate system, that's kind of crooked. Let's do that again. All right, so my center is at -2, 3. So that -2 tells me to go to the left 2 and go up 3. There's my center. And my radius is 1. So that means I'm going to go 1 out in every direction from the center. So 1 to the right, 1 up, 1 to the left, and 1 down. And then I'll connect them. So it's a baby circle. And remember, for me, your pictures don't have to be perfect. Mine isn't. It looks like an A. All right, so there's my circle. I was able to identify my center and my radius and then connect my points. So let's check the solution to see if we're correct. All right, so the solution did just like we did. They went ahead and did completing the square on both of their terms. All right, and then once they did completing the square, they were able to identify the center, which we said was -2, 3. All right, and they were also able to identify the radius, which we said was 1. And their picture, of course, as always, looks a little better than mine. All right, but you guys should be good. So remember, do completing the square on both the x's and the y values when you are trying to convert your equation from general form to standard form. Identify your center and your radius and go ahead and graph, and you'll be set.